Meet Susan. She's an instructional designer. Meet her boss, Bob. He has a request for Susan. He wants her to create a training module on design methods. Of course, it comes with a tight deadline, due by end of day Friday. So Susan gets straight to work, researching various design methods to find the perfect one. And then it hits her, story-based learning. Susan knows that Bob is going to ask her what it is because Bob still believes that the best way to learn is through an in-class lecture. So Susan takes a few notes. Story-based learning is an integrated, holistic approach to develop solutions in collaborative problem solving. Stories feature a single fictional storyline with a beginning, middle, and an end, much like a movie script. Story-based learning focuses on the content and avoids extraneous detail that doesn't contribute to the training. It includes the compelling power of storytelling and the scientifically proven principles of instructional design. Stories are how people communicate, and this is true in design, business, and our personal lives. Susan takes her stellar idea to Bob, but Bob still has more questions. He wants to know what's in it for learners. Storytelling engages learners with the content. It helps them relate to content and apply learning practically. Characters resonate well with learners, just like Susan and Bob. Learning becomes fun as opposed to simply meeting objectives. They help define a shared vision with the team and gives value to learners' experiences. Bob's next question is, what's in it for Susan and other instructional designers? Storytelling grabs and retains learner attention throughout the course. It establishes content flow and engages learners at every junction. Stories are used to stimulate the storytelling of others to yield the best results. It combines narrative techniques, modeling, and prototyping. Storytelling doesn't require technical knowledge from team members. It delivers a rapid response and focuses on behavioral needs and desires. Storytelling is really a triple threat, including telling, listening to, and triggering new memories. Now, Susan really should have seen this next question coming. As Bob straightens his tie, he asks, "What's in it for the organization?" It enables high retention of concepts covered in the course. The logic being, we always remember a good story. Stories are implicit. It creates a superior outcome by encouraging a whole systems approach to understanding, communicating vision to stakeholders inside and out of the team. But we all know how stubborn Bob can be with adopting a new concept, so Susan tells him just how applicable this concept is in the modern workplace. In e-learning, you can create an animated video to present stories to learners and bring a scenario to life. Susan asks Bob to think back to the last classroom training he attended and what he remembered the most. He shares a story that the facilitator told about the first in-class session they hosted and how everything started to go horribly wrong, but how they turned it around. Then everyone in the room starts to share their stories, experiences, and brainstorm solutions in a practical setting. He shares that he still uses many of these strategies today. Susan looks at Bob and says, "See the power?" As Susan continues to work away, Bob enters to say, "You've done it again, Susan. A+. You found a method that truly reflects what a learner is looking for from a learning experience, one that reflects how people communicate and uses language that anyone can understand. You've shown me how stories give adult learners a window into how content is relevant to them, which motivates them to be invested in the material. Learners are able to reflect and draw on their previous experiences, and knowledge and storytelling encourages and helps learners find their own solutions." And with Bob's go-ahead, Susan gets back to work to complete her project on design methods, using storytelling to present content to learners. A presentation by Taryn Logue and Christina Mazzuccella.
Created using Powtoon.